Well, it looks like the Great Lakes has the greatest ice flow, or the deepest ice flow, or the most ice coverage ever, ever, ever that they ever recorded. So I'm going to give it to you straight from the government site. You know, I don't know if they want me to display that on YouTube or not, but I mean, I just sometimes if I just put something out and they say, "Where's the proof?" and I'm like, God. Well, here's the. I'll give you the proof. So actually, last year was about the coldest it ever was for the ice on the Great Lakes too, right? And even if you look at Niagara Falls, it hasn't really frozen over since I think it was the early 1900s. Also, it happened in the 1800s, but it froze over I think in like 2013. But it was just in the last few years it started doing that, and it's already like, it never completely freezes over. I mean, it doesn't stop, but, it's major ice formations there, even more than any time. Now, Farmer's Almanac has predicted, this winter is almost over with, right? I mean, it's not completely over with. You got another month or so, really good month. But it's like, you're saying, yeah, the drama's almost over. You're on a downslide now. I guess you're going to get some big snowstorms at the end of it. But this is going to be an ongoing thing, getting colder and colder for the next 20 years. I'm actually going to plug again that channel, Adapt 2030. But I just want to show you here, this was 2014 on the right-hand side, the Great Lakes ice coverage. Now, the blue is where there's water, and the light gray is like, 10 to 39% ice coverage, and gets a little darker gray, it's like 50%. Then where it's almost black, it's like 100% ice coverage. You can see this on the right hand side. Hopefully that's coming out pretty good. And you see like Lake Ontario, that's really mainly blue over here, right, on 2014. 2015, you can see there's a lot of gray. You can also see this is Lake Michigan over here. Lake Michigan is a lot more gray than last year. But I'm talking about, it's not, I'm not going to be able to display all the years, but since they've been recording, I don't know how far back this goes, but since they've been recording how thick the ice is, this is the thickest ice, the most ice coverage, the lowest water temperature, it goes without saying, But the thing is, that also affects the climate coming up, because all that has to melt, right? I mean, where does it go? Where's the heat go? It goes into the air, right? So, I mean, we have a major cooling trend going on here. It is solar activity. Actually, Adapt 2030 put a lot on it recently about where the sun gets its energy from. There's an ebb and a flow in the solar system. They've known this for ages. He talks about it at length for about 30 minutes, and where it's all encoded in religions and folklore and you name it, going all the way back thousands of years. Even if I could add to that, if you look at the Great Pyramid and the pyramids of Giza, they're aligned with the Orion in the sky from 13,000 years ago, and actually there's a lot of people that say they really are, not a lot, because there's some people that say they're really that old. I don't know why they're trying to tell you it's 5,000 years ago, but something catastrophic probably happened. I don't want to put it, I'm not going to put the fear button out here, but I'm just telling you, it is going to be colder. The estimates for the bottom of this mini ice age is between 2030, 2035 to as late as 2090. With Russians saying, there's some Russian scientists, excuse me if you heard that hum, that's the spooky remote. I got a rife machine running in the background. I forgot to shut it off for a second, but there's actually some Russian scientists that are saying the bottom of the mini ice age, where the coldest is going to be, is 2060. So even if it's only 2035, that's 20 more years of it getting colder. So we're already busting 200-year records, all-time records, 150-year records, or whatever. I don't know what the hell we're going into, man. It's something crazy. But you got to be prepared for it, and Right now, Obama's signing the global warming agenda or something in some place in Europe, and I'm like, whatever. You know what that's about. It's about complete control. So here we have Lake Superior, and on the right-hand side, you're showing like the gray temperatures is 2014. This is the temperatures. The blue is a little bit warmer. And you're looking at 2015, which is the all-time coldest temperatures ever recorded. You can see it's mostly gray. Like the Farmer's Almanac said back before the winter started, they're about 80% right, because actually I ordered a couple hard copies of those things now for 2015. I don't know when the hell they go, just a calendar year or something. I don't know, whatever it is. Probably a little too late. I should have ordered them before. But they're about 80% accurate because they go by the solar activity, and they got some kind of formula they got locked away. They've been more accurate than the other conventional climatologists and meteorologists, whatever the hell they are, than just because they use the solar activity. And the solar activity is really what makes the difference. Again, look at 2030, Adapt 2030, that channel. He'll explain to you in detail. Here again, we got Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, Lake Erie down there, and then on the right we got Lake Ontario. Again, look at the temperatures. There's Lake Ontario. It's not as the light blue means, like in 2014, the light blue, if you see on the right-hand side, that means it's a little bit warmer. The dark blue means it's colder. So, Lake Ontario is a hell of a lot colder. Lake Erie looks about the same. It's just cold as hell. I guess that's as far as the damn temperature goes, man. It's below freezing, Looks like Lake Superior's got more dark blue on there. And Lake Michigan's got more dark blue and less light blue. So they're all colder, okay? This is right off the government site, for crying out loud. So, and here we have a close-up of Lake Superior. And you see 2014 was an exceptionally cold year. So was 2013. 2014 beat 2013 in cold. And 2015 is beat every year. It's blown everything away. Boston, the whole deal. So I'm just telling you about this with what's coming up. Now the New World Order stuff is telling you there's global climate change, or they switched their thing. It's like, well, actually, to tell you the truth, actually Adapt 2030 goes in a lot more detail about this. But again, here I just want to say, here's Lake Superior. See 2014. This is right on the government. So if you think, everybody asks me, where's my reference? So crying out loud, here's my reference. I don't know if I'm supposed to display this or not, but what the hell? Isn't this public information or what? It's government, right? It's, don't trust the, let me put it this way. I know a lot of times people say that don't trust the government, don't trust the media. Actually, the information is really there. They don't really hide it. It's just that they don't emphasize what they don't want, that's not to the agenda. That's the real thing. And actually, the information's there. And here's the information. So 2014, last year, was supposed to be the coldest ever. And now 2015 just beat that. So you look at Lake Superior, it's got more dark blue in it, which means it's freezing your butt off, you know what I mean? So anyway, I also want to tell you, though, that let's bring this out. Let's bring this the wrong way. Hey, man, I'm not used to this damn thing. Actually, what happens is during the mini ice age, if you look at what happens is they call it the polar vortex. This whole section in here, from like southern Canada to like Dakotas, Montana, maybe a little bit, but all from there, all the way across into like Illinois, Chicago, from the Carolinas up to Maine. That's where it's going to be coldest. The West Coast may not get that much colder. Florida may not get that much colder. Relative to what's going on now, you're going to see the biggest drops in temperature actually is going to be in this swath, like coming from up here. It's going to go like that. If I'm drawing a good line there, You know, like if I do something like this, let's see if I do that. If I do this, like that, it's going to go like this. It's going to go all through there. That's where it's going to go. That's where your cold is going to go. Right through there. Actually, a little higher than that, though. All through there. Right? That's where it's going to go. It's not going to be like down here so much. It's not going to be in the west coast. It's not going to be in the southwest. And actually, up in Alaska, it gets a little bit warmer. That's the typical cycle of things when a mini ice age comes. Now, I'm going to tell you there's an agenda right out here because, you know, they're going to tell you global warming because they want control over everybody. Because, actually, the New World, I got to ad lib on more of this because the New World Order, you know, I don't know, some people think it's BS, some people think it's, you know, well, I'll tell you the real fact on the deal. Actually, the New World Order was the ones that were pushing communism. You know, the East-West divide. I got to get on with a little more stuff on this because the political situation with this damn global warming, it's not just like a debate. It's an evil force that's on us to control us. And the reality situation is we're going the other way, and we're being totally unprepared for it, probably on purpose. You hear my cat back there going, meow. It's a little Goldie. But if you heard him, I don't know. He's playing around. But the thing is, you know, they're scamming us every which way from Sunday. In other words, they're telling us it's getting warmer, it's getting colder. At the same time it's getting warmer, they're going to tax the crap out of you. I don't want to be doom and gloom because I say load the 44 Magnum and let them have it. You know what I mean? I'm not Alex Jones. I'm not here to keep tabs on the Patriots or anything like that. I'm saying is organize and resist. The hell with the crap. I'm not selling you no bug out bags with AJ on them or nothing that says buy InfoWars. I really don't like that yo-yo, man, because I already figured that guy out. He's out to keep tabs on the Patriots. I'm a true Patriot. I ain't endorsed by anybody. I'm 100% independent. But also, I want to tell you, too, they got a lot of other garbage going on from every other front. I'm actually going to put it in this video, even though it's unrelated to the subject topic. I was reading about the psychiatric DSM codes, whatever they call those, a diagnostic. I don't know what the hell those things. They got like 900 codes in there. It's just some BS. They just look at somebody, say they're screwed up. They got new codes out there where they say that if you try to eat healthy, that means you got an eating disorder. Not if you try to purge and have bulimia and you try to be real skinny. But if you try to eat healthy, that means you got a compulsive eating disorder. They're going to give you drugs for that shit now. And also, they got a code now for if you're creative. So anybody's on YouTube and they create new videos, and you know how YouTube has a creative studio thing in there, whatever the hell it is. If you're creative, they're going to have that. They have that as a diagnostic code. So the more creative you are, so anybody on YouTube that's creative, you can get screwed up because I don't want to be too creative on this video now for that reason because they're going to drug me. You know what I mean? They're actually going to freaking, give you drugs for that now. I say 44 Magnum. Screw these assholes, man. And I don't even want to say because I get creative with the way I did it, kneecaps first. But I got to tell you though, shit, I've had it with these assholes. But I'm going to tell you right now, they're playing games with us all which way from Sunday with this global warming garbage, the Obamacare, which is going to include the psychiatric wacko profession. They're not wackos. They're freaking demonic asshole control freaks smiling at you real politely. And drug dealers. And the cops will protect them, too. Besides that, the police protect them, Hey, I'm just doing my job. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent over here because I want to tell you that this stuff with the ice cubes in the ice cubes, the ice cubes in the Great Lakes, where it's all blue like this. There's a lot more to it than what you think that's going on. We got a problem where we got global cooling, and it's not a problem as long as you're prepared for it. Now, I've been very, very busy and everything I'm doing, I'm trying to do all these projects. I got one project I got coming up that I really want to get on going, and this is another reason I ordered these Farmer's Almanacs, because I don't, since I'm a New Jersey boy from near New York City, I really never got into growing any kind of food. You know, mechanics fine, but not food. I'm going to get into some experiments on doing some faster growing rates and stuff like that with seeds. We're going to try them with the sprouting trays, and I got some novel things using the Lukowski multi-wave oscillator. I have a mini version of it. Some people say it's not a real one, but I still think it works part way. And I also got this stuff called Willard water, which is a lot of farmers swear by, which is from, I don't know, some manufacturer out in the North Midwest or something. And we're going to see if we can get a lot more food production, and also see if we can, I'd like to even see if we can reverse the genetically modified food and make it back into organic, because there actually is a way to do that electronically. So I included a lot more in this update than what the title says about the Great Lakes are getting colder, because I really want people, without being a fearmonger drama freak, because I don't like those people, the fearmonger drama freaks for profit. I'm trying to give you real straight scoop. These bastards are evil, man, and they're about as bad as ISIS. That's the way I look at it. You know, this New World Order, global bullshit with the global warming lies, and all the other stuff they're pulling out at us with Obamacare and controlling us. They're about as bad. I don't know which one's worse, man. But I'm going to tell you right now that I'm going to be coming up with some surreal solutions. The backstop solution is the 44 Magnum. It's not Alex Jones or buying his freaking T-shirts and his bug juice or whatever the hell he's got out there every time he tries to scare you. I'm not trying to scare people. I'm trying to give them reality, and we're going to work on some serious solutions, man. And I know some people are getting pissed off at me because I'm doing a lot of car videos on how to fix junk. You know, junk. Hey, junk that works. I'm really trying to help out blue collar and the average Joe and the average Jane than I am trying to freaking help some armchair to freaking get rich off other people's misery. So I'm getting sick of doing these silver videos for that reason, even though I could do a lot more of them. And I still work for a CPA firm, and I could tell you a lot of stuff those yo-yos, those fearmongers aren't telling people, but I'm just getting sick of freaking answering these ludicrous comments about, you know, Vladimir Putin worship and, you know, the New World. You know, I can tell you right now that the game is on us. The world leaders are all in cahoots with each other, and when they play red team, blue team, it's on our ass, man. That's what it is. But the situation, I'm going to tell you right now, for coming up for the next 20 years or so, all these, well, I did these squiggly lines to give you a general representation where the coldest polar vortexes are going to be, where the coldest temperature differences are going to be, generally in that area of the United States. I mean, yeah, it's definitely cold in Utah and Nevada, in northern Nevada, but they're not going to get a temperature difference of like maybe a few degrees. It's going to be a few degrees colder in Florida, but it's going to be about 10 degrees colder in these areas all through here. And that is a big, big difference between a lot of rain and a lot of snow, or a lot of ice or snow sticking around, and a lot shorter growing season, because you notice this is also in the breadbasket of the United States. So, but I tell you, I think I got some solutions. I've just been, I don't know. But, you know, like I said, I'm not just doing YouTube. I'm working and doing YouTube. So I only got so many hours of the day to do whatever I could do. And I'm going to do my utmost to give you real solutions, and rather than push the fear button. So anyway, I just want to leave you with this thought. Psychs are freaking crazy. And these pharmaceutical people are nothing but a damn bunch of damn drug dealers, and you know what I mean? The world is an evil place, but we can make it a better place. So I just want to leave you with that thought, because we can make it a better place. But sometimes we got rotten. Some people are just as bad as ISIS, and when it comes right down to it, there's only one way to do, you know? I mean, grizzly bears got to eat too. Hey, you know, give them, feed the grizzly bears. I'll leave you with that thought. Feed the grizzly bears, you know. Be one with nature, like they're freaking saying. You know, feed them a psych. Anyway, that's all I got to say. It's probably too much, but, you know, may the force be with you or whatever. We're gonna beat them, man. We're going to beat them. That's what I'm going to tell you. We're going to beat them. I'm just telling you, though, I just got to stretch this out a little more because I got to keep warning people that most of the freaking alternative media, the vast majority of it is disinformation. It's controlled from the top, and a lot of people are just either, I don't know, there's a whole, most of the alternative media is like just already been turned. It's almost all of them, even the ones that aren't even owned by the money powers. They're in it for just dramatizing people and scaring them for profit. And I am not playing that game. I'll tell you that right now. I'll just do a lot more work, you know, for whatever I get off of YouTube or whatever it is to provide you with accurate information. And I am not playing fearmonger at all. But when I'm telling you this stuff's is serious, we got the warning shots here. We know what's going on. This stuff with the ice is real. You know, what's going on in the Great Lakes, it's a good indication of what's going on overall. You know, that's telling you it's colder throughout the whole freaking season on average by a lot, because this is the most ice has ever been. So we know what's coming up, and we're going to give you some real solutions to remedy the situation. Be prepared.